You're dating wrong. You are dating backwards. Now, what kind of sense does that make, guys? You're sleeping with the person first, then you probably meet them or you go out the next morning for breakfast if you're so inclined, if you don't dump them on site because in the morning we all look different, right? And then you try to work and push and pull to try to make some sort of a relationship out of a mess. You're dating backwards. And what I don't understand is why. I mean, unless you're a serial dater, unless you are super ice cold, no feelings, you look at it as a sport, more power to you. Got it. However, a lot of you get your feelings up in a bunch, and then you're like, oh, I don't know. I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from her. She's ghosting me. Why are people ghosting you? Okay? You can do the interview process at the very beginning. You don't need to put your body, mind, spirit, soul through all of that for it to end and then begin again on yet another dating app, right? So this is what I don't get. Why are you dating backwards? It's so 1970s slash 80s. You know, you met someone at the bar, you knew what you were going for. However, you were super attracted to this person, and then, oh my goodness, they turn out to be nice. They pay for all the drinks, they wind up taking you to dinner, you know, they invite you on a trip. It's fast, 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 like double speed, like Tom and Jerry. And then the next day, you hear the crickets chirping. There's nothing happening. And you're waiting, and you're looking, and you're waiting. And back then, it was answering machines, right? So you're looking at the dot to see how many messages you have. Nothing. And some of the nicer people, right, that had the one night stands, would feel they'd have a little bit of a conscience and they'd go, you know what, let me just leave a random message. Hey, hope you're doing well. I'm gonna be out of town. I'm working late. Da 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 da. Boom, you're ghosted. Why are you putting yourself through that when on the dating app it says looking for a relationship? Be very careful. I talk about this all the time. You need to treat relationships like a job. You need to be very, very clear. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. And you know what part of that is, guys? A big, huge, massive part of that is knowing who you are, being a whole person, knowing what you want, what you don't want. Don't go in scattered. You know, men are guilty of this too. You know, oh, I don't know, you know, she's not like anyone else I've dated. She's so interesting. She's edgy. She's this. You realize totally obnoxious. You realize that all of that complicated personality, moody chick stuff comes with a tremendous amount of drama. And the drama is very, very real. Honey, unless she's going to therapy 2 or 3 times a week, you're going to be her therapist, you're going to be her dad, you're going to be her doctor, you're going to be her confidant, you're going to be her girlfriend, her mother. You want that? And some guys love it. It brings energy and excitement into their lives. But remember, if you get involved with this person in a serious way, and I'm talking about moving in, marriage, try to get rid of it. Try to get rid of it. Divorce is exorbitantly expensive. Even if you do an amicable breakup, there's still paperwork and things, assets, right, that need to be divided. That's not free. You also are spent emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I mean, unless this is what you seek, unless it is some kind of fetish for you, you are barking up the wrong tree in a very serious way. And I don't understand why you would allow a gorgeous person who puts up a great first impression, you would allow that into your life, into your energy field, and then be effed up for the next year. Because do you know that the amount of time that you were in a relationship, that you were in a toxic relationship, is the same amount of time it takes to get over it? So if it's 6 months, a year, you're really putting in 2 years to this thing, right? This monster of a relationship that you could have avoided. You know, there's feelings that are transferred for women. I know that men can recover faster. I get it. But don't tell me that 100% of the men get over it faster. Listen, we're all human, first and foremost. Then if you want to put the callus and the layers and the history and the past on there, that's cool. But we all process things in a different way. And even the biggest playboy will wind up falling for one girl at some point, or woman in his life. And the bottom line is usually that karma swings right back around on him, and she winds up leaving and walking out, or cheating on him, or something more extreme that he was ever anticipating, because of all of the people and all of the broken hearts he left as carnage, right? So you're dating backwards. And if you guys are not looking for anything serious, cool, but we also have the dangers of that, right? So there's diseases, we know that. There's also friends and family that could be resentful towards you. That can get ugly. You know, people that can become stalkers. They can come to your work. We all know the stories. We watch the news. So, yes, after COVID, to me, people have changed, and it's not for the better. I'm not going to say all, but I'm going to say a lot. Okay? So, people are colder, they're more selfish, they're more self-absorbed, they are more separatist, as you know. People are hurting themselves, they're falling, they're getting attacked, and they're filming it. The world has changed, it's a fact. So if you think that you can play the same old games with people's hearts and minds, there are most definitely repercussions. Also, you know, the earth back in 2012, I believe, don't quote me, shifted, I believe, 6 inches. And when that type of galactical stuff happens in the universe, in the world, you bet it affects us. It's one big giant energy field. Every single thing is energy. So when years ago you used to do things, or there were villains or bad people in the world, or you know, people that did bad things, we would all go, my gosh, why are they still rich? Why do they still have money? Why are they still living this great life and there's no repercussions? There's no like payback. I don't know. I can't answer that. You know, I think a lot of it is spiritual and energetic, but you know, I have my own theories. But I'm talking about right now, today. The karma, the boomerang effect is instant. And I don't know if you guys are noticing it. You could even do a comparison yourself. Look at, you know, footage from years ago and compare it to now. People, it's instant. They're finding people instantly now. They, you know, it could be technology, right? Of course, that's a big part of it. But I believe that everything is energy, and I believe that everything can can manifest in a very, very fast, very, very quick way.